If I'm going to recommend a church for anybody, outside Bible Pattern Church, guess which church will I recommend? 1, 2, 3, go. No, Baba, outside Bible Pattern Church. 1, 2, 3, go. What did you say?
Deeper life.
That's what everybody said. Except for those who are repeating Bible Pattern Church. Since this church started, in fact, when we started, what we normally say is, if you go to anywhere, there is no Bible Pattern Church branch there, the church we recommend for you to go is Deeper Life. I said that because I have a lot of respect for the Jew of Deeper Life, Pastor W.F. Kumuyi. The respect was so much that some people concluded I was a former member of Deeper Life. When Baba Kumuyi was to come to this area for the Global Crusade then, I can't remember the year now, we were invited to somewhere around Abule Egba, Okoba side, for a pre-conference, a pre-crusade program. I was among the pastors invited, and I was among the few to the altar. By the time eating will start, I felt the program have ended, and my stomach was full. So I decided to leave. As I was coming out, their leader in this area, one of the very close lieutenants of Baba Kumuyi, by name, there was a day he said he didn't remember my name. I said, it's unfortunate you can't remember my name. He said, can you remember my name? Then I call his name. Then I won the battle. Today I can't remember his name now. I still remember. It was the one who started Deeper Life, Ogba, then. And I'm sure he's still having Aina Yobo as his base. One of the people very close to Baba Kumuyi. So, as he saw me going out, he came out to escort me. By the car, I was using that Jangana Mercedes. As I was to enter, we greeted, we shook hands. I can't remember what else we said. I said, you people, are you not seeing what is going on? Tell Baba that the National Ministers Conference, he should restore it. There was this conference done in the 80 up to 90 that later stopped. He looked at me and said, as a former Deeper Lifer, Shebi, you know. I said, who is former Deeper Lifer? He said, so we are told. I said, they deceive you. Whosoever. This thing I'm saying, some Deeper Life are hearing now that I say, Ogunsanya le paro. Ogunsanya to just remember Deeper Life. Everyone does remember. It's a lie. You are the one lying. Deeper Life built their first house, Gagada. I gave my life to Jesus at Anyotuga in Bariga. That part of Bariga was so close to Bagada that you could trek from there to Bagada. In those days, all churches in Lagos, good churches, contributed to Deeper Life. Workers, elders, pastors. Monday Bible study, they will go. In Gospel Faith Mission then, Monday was our evangelism day. It became so serious that only few of us remained doing evangelism. Because many of us, I didn't say all of us, many of us want to go to Bible study. It got to a point that the church felt they were doing too much. So one Sunday, they came. I can't remember, was it Baba Gere or Baba Abino himself or Baba Kapa? I can't remember. One of the senior leaders said, if you attend Bible study in Deeper Life this way, that's in workers meeting. If you don't attend, this way. And we were divided to two. Maybe we don't attend maybe a little more, or we'll be equal. Then he said, from today you are no longer workers in Gospel Faith Mission. That's how they sack all the workers. That's how serious. I couldn't be one of them. You say why? I have never been to Bible study. I did not even know where the church is located, except that we here is in Bariga. I mean, Gagada. Here again, the first time I saw the face of Pastor Kumuyi was, I think it should be 1986. I don't think it's 84. Maybe 84, 86, but it seems it's 86. They were doing National Ministers Conference every year. Bible Pattern Church started in 1983. After Bible Pattern Church started, I was now the pastor who determined where I go. Up till then, I only went to where Gospel Faith Mission say go. I told you I've never missed Sunday fellowship in my life once. And I've never gone to do anything in any church that it wasn't Gospel Faith Mission that said go there. Except the first Sunday of 1976, Christmas, 27 or so, that I was in Anglican church. I was still a new convert. Since then, if you don't feel sure, don't show. I have said before that if I had gone to deeper life, there would be no Bible pattern. I would have got lost there. But maybe God didn't allow me to go. I didn't attempt to go once. So the first time I was in any program of deeper life was when I attended the National Ministers Conference. I think that of 86. That was the day I saw Pastor Kumuyi as a human being. Before then, they circulated a lot of tracts. In those days of tracts, I've come across some of the tracts which I have read. But before I even knew Kumuyi, even in Gospel Faith Mission, where I was a pastor, they were calling me Omo Kumuyi. If you have told some of them that I did not go to deeper life, they say it's a lie. But it's the truth. I have preached in Deeper Life Church before because my friend Akinla invited me. Nevertheless, I tell you, if you don't come to Bible Pattern Church, that's the church you go. That was the case. That time I said Baba Kumuyi came to this area. I was one of the two people, by whatever means, that were asked to talk at the crusade at, where is it done? Guinness area. Baba Adeyemo, the grand patron of Khan in Okera, and myself. In fact, I was the one who nominated Baba because Baba Aladele was not around. Two of us. I represented PFN, he represented Khan. And at that program, I said, Baba Kumuyi was sitting at the back, you are standing behind the pulpit, you first greet him, he shook your hand, then you go. So after he shook my hand, when they called me, I came there. And I said, Baba, National Ministers Conference, it's time you reinstall it. With the way things are going in this nation, the same thing I had told Baba Akinwande, thank you so much. I'm online. Baba Akinwande is an elderly person, abnormally humble. I know why he says so. Now, we left the program. We later took picture with him at the back of the stage, shook hand. Later, I decided to write the letter. Okay, I didn't finish Akiwande something. But Akiwande said, as a former Deeper Life, you know. You know, said, put it into writing. I said, if you write now, you may send it to Bagada. They may not allow you to read, Baba. I said, no. I will assist to reach him. So I wrote the letter. 2. I added some Bible pattern books. So it was a package, not small. 2 package. I put the name of Baba Kumuyi at the back of one. I put the name of his current wife at the back of the other. I send it to you. You say why? If one gets in transit, the other one will read the same. The 2 have the same content. In that letter, I may not, maybe one of these I can read it to you. I greeted him, appreciated him, thank God for what God has done with his life. I said, Baba, I'm not praising you because you too, you are part of the problem. I know you know jewelry is not sinful, and it's high time you say so. Your refusal to say so is one of the things that may redeem to become big, and become what it is. I said, if you have said it, redeem will not get to that level. And I was saying the truth in my heart. I won't tell you all the names. I said, like that, claim to be your friend when a minister behind your pulpit. And say you senior him in secondary school by 2 years. He has been preaching nonsense. You cannot say you don't hear. I put other names. I can't remember all. It's high you do something. It wasn't a friendly letter, but with all respect. No insultive word. The letter was received. How did I know? I sent a pastor. I think it's Adiro that took it there again. We will soon call you Baba Kumuyi because the first letter you took it, this one you took it too. The day you took it, I called Baba Kumuyi one day. I said, that letter, I've written it eventually and it will be sent today. He said, oh, I've just left Begada. I'm still going back there today. I'm online. I said, Akin one day. His church, I said, I know a job. I didn't say somebody, I said, Akin one day. If you are counting people in Deeper Life, I may be wrong. My estimation, you won't get to number 10 before you call Akin one day. Even today. I may be wrong. Baba Akin one day said, oh, I've just left Begada. I'm still going back there. You know what? When you get there, tell him to ask for Pastor Lagbaja. He will take him to the PA of Baba. Then the letter will get to Baba. And we follow that instruction. We ask for who to ask for. Augustine took it there. And we are so sure the letter got to Baba. The 2 package. It's not something you can put in your pocket. It's a big package with books. The letter will receive acknowledgement today. Nobody acknowledged the receipt of the letter. Nobody replied anything. It just died. That's not a problem. Baba is too busy. When does he have time to write letter? Even to tell the secretary, say the letter of this small boy is received. Stupid you. Why did you say such a bad thing? Nothing. After some time, that thing I suggested started. I'm not sure it's as a result of my suggestion. It could have been what they prepare. National minister, whatever. It was to continue. But maybe because Nigerians are more hard today than what they used to be, it couldn't continue. I attended first day. I attended the follow-up. They couldn't continue. Later, it was planned that each church will buy satellite dish of Deeper Life. You position it somewhere, then you make a day for it. When Baba ministers, you can make your members or workers to hear it. I had it. It's a good thing. But are we in need of it? No. I remember who exactly came. Should I say one of their pastors or some of their pastors? I can't remember whether one person, but I was approached that Deeper Life will give that satellite dish. Though they were asked to buy it, was it 30 or so? They were going to give it to buy pattern free. I told the fellow who came that my pattern church have been blessed, so blessed, that if we need satellite dish of 30,000, we will not accept it from Deeper Life free. We will pay. But there is no plan for that now. When Baba was to come to this area, you were the one I used to help me distribute the flyer. Maybe you have forgotten. At the crusade ground, one of the coordinators, the one who invited me to the podium, announced to the whole world, this pastor, no, he still go to Google and type, YouTube and type, Pastor Ogunsanya talk at Pastor Kumuyi. Just type Ogunsanya Kumuyi on Google now. It will bring you the very thing I did that day. Some Deeper Life members will say, this Ogunsanya is very foolish. Do advertisement for us. I was very wise doing advertisement for God. Having said all of that to you, I come to say to you today, I'm preaching about why you must stay put in Bible pattern. Everybody say it. You didn't say it well. Stay put in Bible pattern. Did I say Deeper Life did anything evil? Did I say Baba Kumuyi did anything evil? Well, I'm telling you, stay put where? Bible pattern. I'll be talking about churches today. I may not come to direct. In my outline, their names, the names of their churches are there. What concerns them, the dates it happened are there in my outline. I actually went online to get all the dates I may not remember. But I start with Deeper Life because I have a lot of respect, like you all know, for Baba Kumuyi, and the respect is still there. Some of you don't know that almost from the beginning, I have my disagreement with Baba Kumuyi. Huh? You never told her, I never told you. Not everything I disagree with, I can tell you. Some are too personal for me to tell you. Can you imagine a person of Ogunsanya's caliber write me that kind of letter? And this church will be so busy that not one person can acknowledge. We received your letter dated yesterday. You think it can happen here? To ignore a person of Ogunsanya's caliber writing such a serious letter, the only name it has is P-R-I-D-E. That's the only name. Quote me, I'm online. And in case you don't know, many people you don't know are hearing you, I told you, they confirm. A general overseer later called me and said, when you are teaching under the cover, you said you remove some topics from the book, or willing divorces. You said some people are coming to your meeting to hold a meeting about it. Can I attend the meeting? I said, yes, sir, you can attend. The day of the meeting he came, we have shifted the date. I said, oh, I did not remember we have shifted the date. He said, when did we shift it to? So. He said, you please tell me if I can come. That day came, I didn't remember to tell you. Before I could talk, he was inside. I told you a brother called me the other time and said, I came to Bible pattern, but my wife did not like Bible pattern. We couldn't stay. We left. And I just want you to know that I have not left you. I'm always connecting you. Everything done in the church, I'm partaking in. The international program, international, I'm attending. In fact, last week you said, it was reminding me what I said. We have people in Pakistan who always disturb me with call, WhatsApp message. There are people in other countries. So if I say anything here, I must be careful. Because it's not only those of us here that are hearing. Today, with the advent of social media, if you are a member of Bible Pattern Church, I don't tell you go to Deeper Life. I don't tell you go to Redeem. I don't tell you go to Foursquare. They did good, they did wrong, it's not the problem. We have facility whereby you can fellowship with Bible Pattern Church fully without going to another church. Is that okay with you? Yes. I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear you.
Yes,
you know that one of the people I respect in Nigeria more than any other person is Pastor Kumuyi. I told you I have my disagreement with him. One of it is clear. Many of you are using jewelry today. If you go to the parlor and use jewelry, who will you be? You are not answering me. A worker, a minister, a what? A Jezebel. Quote me. I wrote it in that letter. I said, Baba, you know, I know that you know, use of jewelry is not a sin. Quote me. So how do you know what is in inside? I know. Who invited, was it Professor Woshika, to come and minister to youth about 2 or 3 years ago? When Mrs. Awoshika was coming, she did her hair, she painted her lips, she wore her jewelry. She came to talk to youth in Deeper Life. Who invited her? Satan. Demons. Ogunsanya. Who invited her? Huh? To talk to who? What are you telling the youth? That woman is a demon. It's a Jezebel. Do ever near her? Is that what that is saying? Hey, down dada.
no, sir.
What he's saying is that though I told you don't use, this woman, her own case is different. She has special permission of God. I plan to talk about women trousers very soon. The Deuteronomy that we use, chapter 22, I was using it because that is what my dad has taught me. When I became a man, I stopped to be childish and I read it properly. Quote me. Deuteronomy 22, number 1 is part of the law of Moses. We are not under the law at all. Yes, it is amplifying what we have in the New Testament. Fine. That Deuteronomy says you must not wear clothes of different type, wool and cotton. That scripture, the same chapter. When Baba go to do crusade, he wears cotton shirt, he wore wool coat. That's a sin. The cover cloth you use to cover yourself when you want to sleep must have fringes. Jewe. Yoja. Yes, thank you, ma. I need one. This is what they call fringes. Young people here. Listen. If you are an Israeli, you have a cover cloth that doesn't have this, you break the law in Deuteronomy 22. That scripture says a man must not wear the cloth of a woman must not wear the cloth of a man. We leave all others, we disobey them with impunity. We now take a man must not wear, a woman, in fact not a man must not wear, we take only a woman must not wear. Fine. Point number 3. As at the day that law was made, go and do your research. I'm a researcher. I've told you what I do more than anything else in my life. It's learning. It's learning. I slept early last night. I think I slept around 10. And I woke late this morning. I woke around 4:30. And I've told you this day, don't expect me to sit here because I'm too busy. Go and do your research. As at the day 20, Deuteronomy was written. Will you hear the truth? Human beings have not started wearing pants, let alone dross, before you talk about trousers. That was why the law of Moses says you must not climb the altar of God with a ladder, so that your nakedness does not show on my altar. Why? They were not wearing pants. They only wear gown. Pants have not been invented. Drawers have not been invented. Knicker have not been invented. Trousers have not been invented. Children, go and do your research. Trousers started to assist rider of horses to ride without problem. Because when you wear gown, you want to ride horse, what do? You have to pull it up. It will show your nakedness. So there's a way they manage themselves before somebody invented trousers, so that when you climb horse, all horse rider, men, women, were wearing before it became what all of us are using today. As at the time Deuteronomy was written, no trousers in the world. How do we now apply it to trousers? And trousers alone. You know the secret behind Deuteronomy 22? Don't dress like an homosexual. That's why I did not mention a particular type of dress. Gown was the dress of both men and women. I don't believe that even as at the time Jesus, as at the time Jesus was in the world, they started using trousers. They've started. So at that time of Moses, no trousers in the world. Now, Baba know all of this truth. I'm so sure. If I now tell you, if you don't come to and go to deeper life, and you want to do NYSC, they say you should wear trousers, and you walk. When you come back home with your trousers, your fellow believers, what would they call you? Huh? Hypocrite. I want to ask you a question. How many deeper lifer doing NYSC are wearing skirts, not trousers? Give me an idea. What percentage? 100%? Surely not so. Many of them wear what? If trousers is a sin, where will they go? Down that dancing. You don't know that this thing I'm telling you. If I'm somebody who can weep easily, I'll be weeping. How many of them do NYSC using skirts? Some of the deeper life are near. That's where we okay, Roma. If you motimu ya iwani. Bo lo bensin gan egba no ma yo si o to ti ko yeri seti. She was a worker of Deeper Life. Before Brother Luayemi said he will marry her. And if you are marrying, even if you come from heaven, I will still do my own homework. So I did my homework on her. And at last I said, Luayemi marry. Luayemi is my senior 2 years. But long he called me daddy till he died. I hate it, but I couldn't stop him. So his wedding was the first I did in 1984. Till late, some months ago, maybe up to a year now, Baba is saying, you wear trousers, you are sinning. I heard it, I said, Baba, Baba wa. Baba, you are still saying this. I can't direct you there. Because if I direct you there, it's either you'll be useless there or you'll be an hypocrite like many others. So, which others? Others who wear church uniform when they go to church, wear office uniform when they go to the office. Before I allowed the use of trousers in Bible pattern for women, I did my research. I read the Bible. I prayed. I studied things. I told myself, if we ask all our police women to be wearing skirts, ọjọ́ tí Anini bá dé tán fẹ́ sáré tí skirti tó kọ́ wáyà níbi tán ti ń gba gẹ́rẹ́gẹ́rẹ́, and you know our skirt is not normal skirt, it's not smart, it's not mini skirt, it's a just skirt. Because if we say they should wear mini skirt because they are police, it will be a sin. Trousers is more covering than mini skirt. Is that correct? Before I eventually decided that women in Bible pattern church could wear trousers. Dúpẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́. Ó kìí jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. Ẹ̀rù ń bà ẹ́, ìbá àbáyé jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Kí ló fẹ́ ṣe fún mi? Ọkọ ẹ̀ ò lè dá mi mú. Mọ́mí ẹ̀ mẹ́mbà mi ni, dádì ẹ̀ gan di mẹ́mbà mi kó tó lọ, kó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ó bá mi jà gbà kan. Sí Dúpẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́. When I wanted to decide finally about the use of jewelry, the idea of this NYC ọgbọ́n làwọn ọmọ mi ti ẹ̀ ń dá sí. And I said, ẹgbẹ́ Dúpẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́ ṣe NYC. Dúpẹ́ ó lè ti gbàgbé ìjọ tí mo pè é, ó mọ̀ tó tí mo pè é. Dúpẹ́ o answer. Ṣé bó ṣe NYC? Ó ní yẹsà. Kí ló máa ń wọ̀? Ó ń ṣe answer. Dúpẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́ máa lọ kan máa wojú ẹ̀ máa lọ. Dúpẹ́ ọ̀kẹ́ olówó trust. I now told myself, Ogunsanya, àṣé òní pé ó gọ̀ báyìí. Àwọn tó ń bá wí wọ́n ti ń wọ ṣòkòtò. I call because of youth in the house. Listen to me well. I'm a fearer of God. Fearer of God more than many pastors I respect. Anything I know is not true, I'm sure it's not true. However useful, I won't say it. Anything I know is contrary to the will of God, whatever the pressure, I won't touch it. I fear God. When it comes to fearing God, I don't copy any father in the Lord. There are things Baba Kumuyi can do, I can never do. I'll give you some. No, I say I'm starting today. It's taking weeks, so I can stop at any point. I'll pick it from there next week. Baba Kumuyi said, then, I don't know if he's still saying it. If somebody left Deeper Life and said, I want to tell you why I live Deeper Life, tell him, don't tell me. Go and tell Jesus. If you ask me, Ogunsanya, can you do it? I had it long ago. When I used to tell you that if you go anywhere, if you want to go anywhere, you go to Deeper Life. I have had it. But I disagree. You say, why did you disagree? If anybody leave Bible Pattern Church, whatever he does or he did before, during, after I left Bible Pattern Church. My love for him have not reduced a little. Anything I can do to bring him back, I want to do. So if you want to tell you why I left Bible Pattern Church, I will say, hear him very well and come to tell me, so that I can attend to it. Maybe I am wrong truly. Maybe he misunderstood what I did. If I hear, I will call that fellow if I have my way. I said, what did you say make you to leave? When you explain, I will explain myself. I will be begging. I may prostrate. Baba said, tell him, don't tell me, go and tell Jesus. I disagree. But you want me to tell your children you want to hear? You can't hear. It's not new. I'm only proving to you that though I have respect for Baba then, I see her for him now. I've not always been agreeing with him. Why do you now respect him? I respect him more than most others. More than most others. But that doesn't mean everything he says, everything he does, I can do. I still have many. Some that I've known since 80 that I can never do. So, because if I do not start from here, when I say stay put in Bible pattern, some of you will tell your daughter, Daddy have told us that anywhere we go is deeper like the next bus stop. You don't need any other bus stop today. Spend big money on social media. Today, if I call Pastor Sheyi here today and ask him, Pastor Sheyi, you know that I do all my work online. If I'm typing like this, it's being recorded online immediately. I don't first type it and send it online. I type directly. My teachers have told me, no, you do it like this, but I'm used to that. So I need data. Okay, let me ask Sheyi now. Sheyi, you and me, who use more data? He will say himself. Do I use up to half of what you use per month? He will say no. Because he's in charge of the transmitting of all this things. We spend big money. We spend it so that anywhere you are, you'll be connected. So you don't need to look for Deeper Life, Redeem, Foursquare, Baptist, Assembly, where you are. If you are no longer a child of Bible Pattern Church, tell us loud and clear. If you are a child of Bible Pattern Church, stay put. What did I say? There are things that you will not hear in Deeper Life. I don't have any problem with Deeper Life as a church, you know. Then, now, or tomorrow. I'm only telling you that no matter forgotten. Our mama. I can't remember. Did she call me? Mama, you won't remember. But be looking at me. If I lie against you, at least shake your head. Mama asked me. I can't remember the way she framed it. Something like, Deeper Life, do they have problem with wishes? Yeah, you asked me a question like that. Can you remember along? You can't remember anymore. Oh, if you can't remember, just say I can't remember.
But there are some things I come to.
I'm talking of the church behind your house.
Yes.
You can't remember the question you asked me.
I asked you that, Daddy, I saw Deeper Life when they from my back. They are saying wish, key wish. I said Deeper Life, the key wish.
Thank you. A church opened behind her house. She called to ask me, Deeper Life, behind my house. You know they newly came there. They are talking about key wish. Deeper Life, say the key wish. I was just laughing. You know how I was laughing? I told myself that because I always recommend Deeper Life, Mama thought we and Deeper Life are the same. I'll give you another example. Brother Wifo went to Italy. At the time was attending Deeper Life. From Italy, Wifo called me and said, Daddy, say wishes they pursue Deeper Life. Why for? We don't do anything here that he doesn't try to hear. So he will surely, if he doesn't hear it now, he will still hear the repeat. I'm sure I may get out of this way, I may see that he has responded. From Italy then. See, people like, which is they pursue them? I just laughed. I know they were asking because they know that I've told you anywhere you go, next bus will be deeper. So they concluded that we are the same thing. We don't believe the same thing along that line. There are prayers members of Deeper Life will say that if you say, I will discipline you. I don't allow you to kill wish. And I don't say Deeper Life are always killing wish either. But our belief along that line are not the same. Baba wrote a book called Causes and Cure. Go and read that book. Then go and read my book, Deliverance According to the Bible. Compare the two. You see that we are not far from each other, but we are not totally in agreement. I'm not saying any of the things I'm saying today because of Deeper Life. My target is more than Deeper Life. But I have to start from there. Do I say they are bad? Huh? I still respect Baba almost more than all other pastors in Nigeria. I'm only telling you that we are not in agreement about many things. When jewelry issue came, I told you what happened then. We were on the same page about jewelry. And I was falling and rising. 1988 till 1992. Four years before I could decide. The National Ministers Conference was still going on. I used to attend. 1992. Was it 92 or 91? Don't let me call the year. Or close to 92. I have already told us we could use jewelry, but I've changed my mind. Only God knows how many times. All of you remember I was doing like that. I prayed under that program. Oh Lord, talk to me. Meanwhile, when Baba come to the podium, one of the things he will say is things about this dressing, tactically telling them don't wear this, don't use this. So I knew what he would say very well. And I wanted him to say it to me. And I prayed, oh Lord, in this place today, talk to me. Pray. The kind of prayer I have not said. We came to the program. Waiting. I'm telling you, I'm a child of God. I'm not a liar. I have prepared that. Immediately, Baba said, there's somebody here who allowed jewelry in his church. Immediately he said, I will just run. I'll go to the altar, I'll prostrate there. I said, you hear now. I have made all the rehearsal. I will run. Behold, the one who will preach was Kumuyi, elderly preacher. Those who gave their life to Jesus in the 60s, level of Baba Kumuyi, was the one they invited. That was the only program I know. They invited Nigerian ministers to preach. For all the national ministers coming. Kumuyi got there. Nobody would give him dressing. He was preaching about something else. And suddenly he left his sermon. Quote me. I'm online. Kumuyi said, concerning jewelry. Immediately he said concerning jewelry. He had deviated from his sermon. I knew that is my answer. That is my. Meanwhile, I didn't know him. I didn't know anything about him. I was seeing him for the first time. Some people say if you use jewelry, God will not bless you. I know a lot of people that are using jewelry and God is blessing them. He said one or two other things. He returned to his sermon. I knew it was Holy Ghost. Where I sat, I was repenting. Oh Lord, you could use Deeper Life pulpit. Hey, I've gone beyond my body. Forgive me. I will not worry you again. I will not talk about. I will not pray about it again. I will not ask questions about it. When I cool down, I see created another problem. That case was not sold. Quote me, because I wanted to buy it. They said it wasn't available. All others were available except that. I used to say engineering house. I later discovered it was what do you call it now? City Hall. At City Hall, there was a program, a follow-up to National Ministers Conference. My wife was there. This Ayonleke was there. Who again? Some of the senior women here were there. They said, if you want to see Baba Kumuyi this way, I joined them. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to talk to him about this dreary wahala that is killing me. Let me tell Baba. Let Baba will say something that I knew what Baba would say. I only wanted him to say it so that it will become another excuse I will give to God. That's after I promised him in oh yeah, something I won't do it again. So you did it again? I did it again. People were seeing one by one. When it was my turn, I sat before him. Look at him. I knew what he would say. I only wanted him to say it. I'm a Christian. I gave my life to Jesus in 1976. I became pastor. I started my story. By the time I will say I have issue on jewelry, I've said I'm a child of God. I will not lie. I've said all other things. When I will mention jewelry, I had the bell rang. Gang, time up. Coach me, I'm online. I'm talking to Baba Kumuyi. Where do you say that in Nigeria? People will not hear. I said City Hall. I didn't say in his room. I wrote it in one of the letters I wrote to him. I reminded him the story. Time up. And Baba, I was still talking about cutting because he needed to go and minister. He now said, you are an old timer. He just encouraged me generally. I have not asked any question. He had nothing to answer. I told myself God did not allow him to tell me. Since I concluded on jewelry, many of you have been using, for your information, most of the churches that use it in Nigeria today, it was after that my conclusion. Come back. Having said about deeper life, I want to say that most of these churches you see in Nigeria today, I don't recommend them. I didn't say many, I say most. I still respect Baba Kumuyi more than most of them, even with all this my disagreement. So the sermon, I will just brush over the introduction. I'm coming back to sermon proper next week. If you are still alive, say I am alive. You didn't say it well. What right do I have to talk about other pastors? Because somebody will pick you on the road and say, I heard online, wait till your pastor they talk. The question you ask that fellow is that, why are you online hearing my pastor? Why didn't you hear your pastor? I still have more to say. Serious things. The youth program we suspended. This was the major direction I wanted to follow. I have made arrangement for videos to be recorded. Remi that came just now is hearing me. I gave the principal assignment to Glory to do the gathering. Send it to Remi. Remi to extract what I need. And I told him how to do it. I told them to go and service the television that used to be here for the youth program. My plan is that we first watch some video, then I begin to analyze them. That's why we cannot even talk of doing it online, because they have to sit down. And I'm not getting to the point I would have gotten to with that. Even this series will not take me there. The level I will have gotten to, you will hear Bible pattern. You will want to decide whether I'm a member or I'm an enemy. That's where I'm going. Today, a pastor cannot walk free on the streets of Nigeria without fearing, because they can stone you anywhere. A senior bishop was in my office on Friday, this Friday. A bishop who has visited Jerusalem. I only man lead when you love Jerusalem. I'm sure he must have visited Jerusalem maybe 4 or 5 times. Visited Canada, only God knows how many. Chairman of this, chairman of that. I was in my office in a meeting on Friday. He said if I am in government today, if I'm the leader of this government, I will have closed down all churches. Bishop, who is preaching in his church today, if you doubt me, just come to me. I won't discipline you, Papa. I will just call his name and repeat. I will call his number and repeat. You said so and make you to hear him. I didn't say last year, Friday, Sunday, 3 days ago, in my office. He said if I am the president of Nigeria, by now I will have closed all churches. Closed down all churches. This is a bishop I asked. In that our national something, I won't call the name now. How many pastors can you trust? That, not today, some months ago. Is that trust? He said, I don't trust anybody. Even myself. That's how bad. On social media today, we have been turned to rubbish. In those days, when you get to these tax collectors, all you need to do is to peep through the window inside and say, hello, I'm a pastor. You don't even need to shout the card. Once you say I'm a pastor, they will remove okun. The whole vehicle will go, not to delay man of God. Today, if you are looking for trouble, tell police I'm a pastor. Say, oh, man of God, come down, sir. You know why? A man of God tie in their hem around his belly. Wore his whether cassock or coat on it, traveling to one of these African countries. How many private jets have been impounded? Because they found cocaine in them. Who are the owners? Pastors. Somebody was talking about TDJs. They were accusing of this or that. The other day, I said about homosexuality. How can they talk about homosexuality? The pastor said, if it is normal fornication, homosexuality, I say, fornication will be normal. It doesn't mean it's fornicating. You know what? Pastors are no longer bothering themselves about fornication. A popular, one of the most popular now because of this internet rubbish. One of the most popular today said, if a man is on top of another man's woman, fornicating, and the trumpet sound, they will go. Go to some of the senior pastors and say, what that man says, is it true? I have names I could give you. Senior pastors. You know what I mean by senior pastor? If you see somebody who has been a president of PFN before, do you call him a junior pastor? That's how deadly. Celestia, Cherubim, we gather and discuss about the rubbish Pentecostal pastors are doing. Can you imagine? Cherubim that will see Pentecostals coming and they want to hide their white garments. Do you see the rate at which they are growing today? Cherubim was dying. I was a cherubim man. It was dying. But today, it's resurrecting. When you leave church going on the way, see how many people you meet proudly wearing white garments. You know the song they sing? The song we sing in Pentecostal. What they are telling themselves that don't mind them, Gary. We thought they are special. I say, want you special. I said, ordinary anyone. We are even more special than them. Some of them are even more evil than us. That's what they say today. I'm not one of them. And I will never be. I cannot be compared with cherubim. I was a cherubim man. If anybody doesn't know, I was an elemi. You can catch me here now. Hello, you catch me. Say the spirit never go. No spirit there before. And when you hear some of the allegations, you will cover your face because you know they are saying the truth. I brought the case of Benin here. It's no longer a secret. Even if you cover your mouth, it's on the social media. Small children are reading it. I respect Benny like I respect who. Even then, I'm telling you the truth today. There are some things they are doing that I don't approve. All the days you see me respecting him, I have my disagreement with him on certain issues. But I never need to get to the level it got to eventually. To the extent that his own child, his own nephew, of the same father, the same mother, his brother, junior brother, of his same father, the same mother, the son of that one, who I could call his PA. I don't know what title they gave the boy. But in my own estimation, it's his PA, because they travel all over the world together. Lodging in luxurious hotels, wearing the best suit, driving the best car. That boy, a grown-up person now, a pastor, was so bold to say my brother was never born again. No. The one they go about, come to me, I will show you the video I see there on YouTube. You will listen to him for 2 hours. You will talk for 2 hours. You'll be listening to him, painting the picture. Say, my brother Benny is never born again. It's why you will do. And giving you proof. One of the proof he gave is that he said, when we brought people to the altar to give testimony, he said we normally look for those who claim to be healed. Those who say they need healing, we don't bring them. So those who claim they are healed are the one we brought. Our brother will see you, so they are healed. He said sometimes, if by any means somebody that is genuinely sick is brought, he said, watch my brother as he's following them, doing whatever. When he get to that one, he will dodge him and move to the next one. Then they show a video to prove it. I watched the video. I was patiently watching the video, and I saw as all the drama. When they got to this fellow on wheelchair, I was watching. I said, "Marie, don't say it." And when they got there, suddenly he changed. I said, there's somebody in the house. He stopped the line, talked to people in the house until he passed that fellow on wheelchair and continued. I said, "Ah!" It's on social media. Before they started, maybe you have forgotten, I stood here. I told you, I don't know what he's doing. I don't see anything in his hand, but my support for Benny, I withdraw. It was after I announced to you, as far as I can remember, in 2019, he came forward and said, the way I collect money is an offense to the Holy Spirit. I will not do it again. And he told the whole world. That time I rejoiced with him that he's trying to change. But that doesn't change my stand. I've made up my mind. I no longer have support for him. If he could go with Joshua to a program and two of them jointly raised the lame, two of them jointly raised the lame, made the lame to walk, I told myself the same spirit. Whether good or bad or ugly, it's the same spirit. Two of them. I announced to you here, you don't know what it cost me to tell you openly that I withdraw my support for Benny. You don't say such a thing unless you are ready to die. That was 2019. 2023, I saw Benny again. If you want to cancel Kinikon, want to check Kinikon, the way they used to say the nonsense. If you bring $1,000, write off your debt. Uniha. Benny told repent in Odun Tokoja. Lotun to shake. Thank God I could withdraw my support for him. 2024, Benny was interviewed. And he said, I said I won't do it again then. But I was pressurized to do it again. I attended a program. They call it Praise-a-thon. It was under the program I was pressurized to do it again. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. If you are me, how do you feel? I was later told that Praise-a-thon was a program of a Nigerian pastor, which I know he has been coming to the Nigerian pastor, and he announced online that it was under the program. He received the pressure that made him to return to the error. 2024. Then he added another one. I realized that some of the prophecies I gave are not true. Quote me. It's still online. They have not removed it. If you tell me some of the prophecies you gave were not true, so all those years I will say, hey, glory to God, I shan't turn around. If you know, say the Ogunsanya, Ọlọ́run ló ní kí n gba Jésù. If I don't believe Jesus, I'll be a chronic unbeliever today. With all I'm saying. I told you I was a cherubim man, but I've never knelt down for a prophet in my life. On Saturday, we were in a meeting of pastors. They are talking about miracles and so on. In that meeting, they attend the meeting in my office every month. Every last Thursday of the month, they attend the meeting in my office. Some general overseers. That's for all. This Friday, they shifted from Thursday to Friday. So this Friday, they were in my office. We are discussing. You know what I told them? I said, my daughter married for 12 years, no child. I said, did I ever ask you to pray? I was asking them on Friday. They attend meeting in my office every month. Others will bring their prayer requests. We pray about so many things. There are times they say we fast. I said, did I ever ask you to pray about it? I said, God did it. But I never told you to pray about it. That's the kind of person I am. I only introduce the message. You now know the direction I'm facing. No, I don't have anything for Benny, for Kumuyi, and Co. And the rest. That's all I want to say about it. The real issue. When I was writing the book, the centrality of the gospel, the centrality of the church in the preaching of the gospel. Pastor August, if you can get me a copy of that book, I will enjoy it. I will appreciate it. The centrality of the church in the preaching of the gospel is not a popular one. Some of you did not even buy it. I wrote names of pastors in Nigeria and the rubbish they are doing. Like some of the things I wrote in the letter to Baba Kumuyi. I can't deny it. I send it to Baba Kumuyi. If tomorrow he decided to publish this, the letter of Ogunsanya, I can't deny. I wrote them. Some of the fathers you know. But I didn't lie against them. I wrote what is open, what is obvious, what is too clear to be denied. I wrote it. Before we could print the book, I stumbled at Sunday Adelaja on social media, where he was abusing all the pastors in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Sunday Adelaja, we used to celebrate him. Pastoring the largest church in Europe. He went to study in Ukraine. And after study, he started church. Or maybe before he started. And the church became very big. Largest. Sunday Adekoya once stood at United Nations to address the United Nations. That tells you how serious. So every time we hear, I have his book. We celebrate him. Until I began to hear some rubbish. Then there was a particular one that was just accusing all the pastors in Nigeria, all of them. Many of the things he said they did, some of those pastors do it, no talk. But the way he presented it, I felt this is too much of this man. Meanwhile, others are accusing him too of some more deadly sin that I cannot mention. See the book. Cameraman, for those who are online, see the book. See. The title is The Centrality of the Gospel. Sorry, the centrality of the church to the propagation of the gospel today. The need, and subtitle, The Need and How to Preach Our Church and its leader, along with preaching Jesus, these days of satanic invasion and pollution of the churches. As I thought the church was polluted. I never knew it was just starting. I later told myself that if I publish this book with the names of all these pastors, some people will group me with Sunday Adelaja. I don't want to be grouped with him. I remove all the names. If you read the book, you will see, if you read it very well, you will notice that something must have been removed from here. I remove all the names of all those pastors and publish it without their names. But today, if I'm to write this book today, I will only include Sunday Adelaja. Because they have spoiled our name, spoiled Pentecostalism, spoiled the church to the extent that if they stone me on the road tomorrow, I won't go to police. I will run to my house and ask God to please have mercy on me. If you hear if you hear I brigade Dongo Yaro, that's what they always say when they want to, when they do coup. Dongo Yaro used to announce. Dongo Yaro, don't be annoyed though. He used to announce. At least he announced that of Babangida. If I hear military take over today, I will be afraid. Not because of the economy, because of what any idiot can do to the church. I didn't say military are idiot. I'm only saying that anybody who is not reasonable can group all the churches together and treat us like Kagame treated them in Rwanda. Because the pastor, those who are supposed to be in the front to fight for us, they are the primary culprits. Alongo Pasoke, Alongo Babalawo. Then when the people to fight for you are the accused, who are we? In case you don't know, in the days of Jonathan, it has been passed to law that nobody should be allowed to lead a church beyond 20 years in Nigeria. They were not proposing it, they are passing it to law. They group up with CEOs of banks, of industries, and say, once you have been in that position of CEO for 20 years, you have eaten enough. Go and be eating the one you made. And I've crossed 20 years. If that law remains today, I'll be a retiree weeping somewhere. Because I've not started my ministry before they retire me. In case you don't know, Bipartisan Church is about to start. Even if you don't say amen. You won't die. You won't fail. You won't fall. You will tell your friend that pastor says so. I was talking with a brother that I've just given the leadership of a new department I newly created. I'm not telling you. I will tell you later. I was speaking to the fellow on phone, and I told the fellow that Bible Pattern Church is about to start. That's what I told him some days ago. They're about to start. He said, what have you been doing? We've been laying foundation. We'll start to build on it. Very soon you will see. So if they retire me when I've not started, where do I go? I know for sure I will go to start in another church. I will withdraw from my pattern. If it happens, I'll start to be a member of my pattern. I'll go and start another one. I'll give to federal government. I'll then tell you, if you are my disciple, I don't start new church. So if you are my disciple, you come there. You say, what about this house? I will leave it for you and them. You don't know Sunday Ogunsanya. There is nothing here that is in my head. Me that I'm preparing for my death every day. Is somebody that can hold this microphone? You say you want to die? I don't want to die, but if Jesus come, I will go. Very willingly, joyfully. I won't be begging, don't take me, Father, like Isaiah, I won't say so. Baba Luayami will be waiting at the gate. On the pombe, one pop. Rather that join one, one. I call on John, yes. Arise, okay, one, you call arise. Kingdom Marco. May God be with you. Maybe they will do their own. But Àjọlọ pàdé o. Sọ́kàn báyìí gbọ́.
The new song, they don't know the song.
They don't know the song.
Yes.
Ará ọ̀run kò mọ orin tó ẹ̀kọ́ láyé. Àwọn tó ṣẹ́gun ṣáájú wọ́n wo wá bá wa ti ń já wọ́n fi ohun kan wí pé sísá Olúwayẹmí máa ṣẹ̀nu rẹ̀. Who don't know which song? So I'm ready to go anytime. Hey, this is Inko. If this church is a church of God, cannot die. Hey, I'm afraid for daddy, want to die. I'm so afraid for me, but me too. Me don't afraid for me. I'm afraid for me, face it here. That's why I will not put my hand into anything I won't do in the presence of Jesus. For any reason. No pastor anywhere, big or small, can remember I've written a note begging for something. I've written Baba Kumuyi. The first letter I wrote to him should be in the 80. First letter. I can't locate that letter. I'm not sure I kept it. If I'm to read it to you, you see. In those days when I don't have much to complain about him, he said, what was the letter about? I wanted to be attending their ministers' conference. You know, my pattern just started. And in God's Faith Mission, we have conferences here and there we attend. Now I became general overseer, no conference to attend. And some of the pastors that I have, I don't trust them. And since I trust him, I said, if you could allow me to attend their conference, I later realized that it's not possible. So I'm not their pastor. How will they attend, allow me? But they did not even reply. They are used to not replying. It doesn't matter what you use to write it. I have never written to it. When we couldn't put oil on our rice, no man, pastor anywhere, can remember I begged him for one fadim. I've never needed to beg. Meanwhile, there was a time where we could die of kwashiorkor for lack of money, lack of food. It's not that we cuckoo lack money, it's just like this. Because sometimes when I tell you there is no money, I am buying land somewhere. And the people who are selling land, they see me and say, Baba, they say, Baba has come. I'll be laughing. You come to our church and see whether I'm Baba. You say, you buy land when I don't get money for food. Benny, I don't want to eat this church. I want this work to be well done. That long after my departure, the will of God will continue to be done. Stand up and let us pray.